Hello and welcome back to the DBO show. Today I want to talk about the habits of a high performing DBO, because it is one thing to start a dance school, but it is a complete other thing to grow that dance school, to make that school thrive, and also doing it whilst living life on your terms, which is something that we are so big on inside our community. It's about building a business you love, but also enjoying life in the process, because otherwise, what is the point? So grab a notepad, grab a pen, and make sure that you do something differently after listening to this episode. First thing, okay, is that you've got to have strict boundaries. And I know that that is something that makes people feel so uncomfortable. But like anything, the more you practice, the more you get better at it. And the way strict boundaries look for me is making sure I have my notifications off on my phone. So if someone's trying to WhatsApp me, if someone's trying to, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, I do not know until I choose to go into that app. And it's something that I see so many business owners do wrong, where they let other people, they let their priorities infiltrate their life and their day. And it's that one change that can make such a difference to how you operate as a business owner. So get those notifications off your phone. People always get surprised when they hear that I don't have emails on my phone. And that's a choice, because again, if I'm not working in the business or on the business, I want to be present wherever I am. So if I'm with my kids and I'm getting notifications that I've got an email, and I want to be reactive to it, because as humans, it's how we're wired. So I prefer just not to have it on my phone, have no access to it at all. And just being better with boundaries, with people, with customers, with team, friends, family, whatever it is, making sure that you set your boundaries, but you stick to them, and get good at saying no. Because not all opportunities, not all events, not everything that lands on your plate is part of the direction that you're heading in. So it's got to be that you get good at saying no, as opposed to people pleasing. So boundaries are massive. The schools that we work with who do the best are really, really good at boundaries. They get to live a life that they love whilst also building a business. So that is the first key to be a high performing DBO. The second thing is to make sure that you have white space in your diary, because, and what I mean by white space, let me just preface on that a little bit, is those days where you can just open up your diary and you're like, wow, I don't need to be anywhere today. I don't have any meetings. I don't have any calls. I don't have any classes to teach. Like, that space in your week is so, so important. It gives you time to think. It gives you time to take action on things that maybe you're putting off in regards to your big vision for your school, because we get so caught up in the day to day. And actually having that white space is often where the magic happens. That feeling of, you've got a day off or you're on holiday, and all of a sudden you start to get lots of ideas, your creative juices flow again. And that's where I find, for me and for the business owners we work with, that is where the magic happens. So if you don't have any white space in your diary, don't wait for someone to give you permission to have it. You have got to create it. You have got to put it in as a non-negotiable, in the way that you would with, work blocks or teaching classes or showing up to events. You have got to put your white space in. It is just part of your week. And honestly, the more you get used to having that, the more you will struggle to not have it. Like, when I don't have white space in my week, I feel more stressed. I feel more reactive. I just feel, even that's when the doubt starts to creep in for me, when I don't have time to just sit with my thoughts as a business owner, as a mum, as a wife, and all of those things. So if you do one thing from this episode, make sure that you factor some white space into your week going forward. The third thing is that the high performing DBOs, they study like it's their job. And when I say study, I don't just mean training sessions. I don't just mean like studying to get a diploma or a degree or things like that. I mean, they study books, they study other people, they study how successful people work, how they operate, and then they can model that in their own life and in their own business. So reading a book, for example, it's not just reading it to tick it off and move on to the next one. It is taking it in, it is learning it, it is figuring out how to apply that to their own life and business. So make sure that you're studying, you're always growing, because when you're not growing, you're going backwards, and nobody wants to go backwards. The fourth thing is that they audit their environment. So your environment can be like, yes, it can be your office space, yes, it can be your home, but it can also be the people that you surround yourself by. As you grow, as your business grows, the people that you surround yourself by might not be fitting with this new version of you, and you will outgrow people on this journey. And that is just part of the process. You have to get good at shedding old versions of you and shedding people, like letting go of people, letting go of places that no longer serve you. So audit your environment frequently and ruthlessly. The fifth thing is that they take messy action. So they don't wait till they have all their ducks in a row. They don't wait till they've got the perfect website, the perfect audio, the perfect, insert whatever it is that you're planning. They do not wait. They just start, they take action, and they know that perfection just is holding them back. So if you're sitting waiting on the perfect website to launch your thing, then just go out and launch it anyway. You will figure it out as you go. And honestly, the high performing DBOs, they learn more by doing, as opposed to just sitting waiting for everything to line up and to feel, we all talk about feeling aligned, but there's a time where you have got to just go for it and take the action and learn as you go. The sixth thing, we've got 2 more to go. Number 6, when it comes to being a high performing DBO, is that they build a personal brand along the way. Now, this can make some people feel a bit icky. It's like, oh, I don't want to build a personal brand. Who wants to know about me? I don't want to share my story. It's embarrassing. Like all of these things that we tell ourselves. But if you're putting yourself out there on social media, if you're putting yourself out there anyway as a business owner, and you're sharing beliefs and you're posting on there and you're interacting with other people, you have a personal brand anyway. So you might as well get intentional about building it. And it really does humanize your business, and it protects you from those complaints that maybe come in from customers who think they are emailing a robot at the other side. And it makes people stop and think, because they realize that there's a real person and people behind the business. So start talking about your stories, talk about the challenges that you've overcome, talk about, what it has taken for you to get where you are right now in your business. People are interested, people are nosy. So start letting people in. And I don't mean that you have to be vulnerable and tell everyone your entire life story. Just small snippets here and there, enough that feels comfortable with you. Just let people in on the human behind the business. It is such a big strategy for 2026. And if you're not doing it, then I really do suggest that you start. And the final thing, number 7, this is something that I live by myself. It is seeking discomfort. So the high performing DBOs, they aren't just coasting. They aren't just comfortable. They're seeking discomfort. They're actively going out and looking for things that make them feel uncomfortable, that helps them break their state, because they know that they will grow. They will always learn a lesson from it. And you can't get to where you want to get to by doing the same thing that you've always done. So if you're feeling really comfortable in your business or in your life right now, maybe it's time to shake things up. Maybe it's time to do something different. Maybe it's time to go ahead and do that thing that you've always wanted to do, but you're letting fear hold you back. Like, you can do the thing anyway, even when you're feeling scared. So just go after it. And honestly, if you do those 7 things that I have just talked about, you will not only see progress and growth in your business, but you will start to feel more confident and more alive as a leader and as a business owner. I really, really hope that that resonated with some of you. As always, reach out and let me know what stood out for you. Follow us on The Dance Business Coach on Instagram and Facebook, and I will see you all on the next episode. Lots of love.